Hola guys, ¿qué pasó? What's going on? This is Hala Pablo, and welcome to another crypto analysis video where we examine the technical analysis of different coins, altcoins, and such, and tokens that are currently trending in the markets. In this video, I want to do a comparison, a side-by-side comparison of Bitcoin's price action and Terra Luna's price action, which I believe those two are calibrating. Those two are becoming friends. Basically, I believe that Terra Classic is becoming indexed, its price action is becoming indexed to Bitcoin's price action. And that is a good thing, guys. That is a very good thing. And I believe that Terra is the Terra Classic as opposed to Luna 2.0. Terra Classic, the original, is the chosen one. Is the chosen one. I don't know what's going to happen with Luna 2.0, but I'm fairly certain that Luna Classic isn't going anywhere. And in fact, if it's going to go somewhere, it's going up. But right now, there's a steep buying campaign, and as it awaits full scale, whole scale adoption, it's already getting there. The wallets are increasing. The wallets of the holders are increasing hundreds and hundreds and hundreds per day. Sometimes as much as 500 per day. 500 wallets. The whales are increasing their holdings, and their wallets are building. There's about 4 or 5 of them, which I can show you on Etherscan, that are just increasing their load daily, and a lot of the supply is getting sucked up, billions and billions. And so I know this takes a while, and it's going to take a while, but if you're in crypto to get rich quick, let me tell you, brother, let me tell you, sister, it's the people who got rich quick in crypto were at the right place at the right time, or they were doing some insider bullshit. And so, but otherwise, the normal mortals like you and I, it's a holding game. It's long term. The people who made money in Bitcoin did not make money overnight. They held it. They held on when everyone was saying it was bullshit, and they're fools for doing it. And what the hell is cryptocurrency? I remember I was one of them. I was investing back in 2013, 14, but I was in real estate. I was flipping cars. I owned a lease here, buy here car dealership, and I was making good money there. And a buddy came up to me and said, "Hey man, what about Bitcoin?" I said, "It's fucking bullshit. This crypto stuff, it's a joke." And boy, if I could go back in time, man, well, but I did get into Ethereum at $400. I've been into Ethereum since 400, and I've been DCAing Bitcoin since it was at 8 grand. And I got into XLM early, and I got into Dogecoin real early. I sold a lot of Doge, and I kick myself for that too. But I'm not doing that with this coin, and several others. So anyway, that said, that's sort of like a long preamble and kind of get to know me a little bit. I've been doing crypto full time now since 2017, and it's all I do. I'm a Wyckoffian. I also trade using VSA, which is volume spread analysis, where I don't use any indicators really. I just go off price action and volume, and it's served me well. I run a private swing trading group on Discord. I think the link's in the description somewhere on my profile, and so you're welcome to check that out as well, where I share my entry and exit points on all. I have an 80 to 85% win rate, and so there's no bullshit. I don't shill coins. I do this for myself. I've been successful enough to where I could do this full time, and you're welcome to piggyback any of my trades if you choose to join. I'll share some of them here with you as well, but just be advised, I'm not a financial advisor, and uh, everything that I upload is for educational purpose only. So that being said, let's start. Okay, so real quick, and I don't want to make this a lengthy video or anything, but let me just show you something. Okay, so the top is Bitcoin and the bottom is Terra Luna. These areas here, this markdown, this is a markdown or a sell-off. We see them on both Bitcoin and Terra Classic. This area here where they start putting on the brakes and we start seeing demand come in, this is known as the primary support, which is labeled as PS. This is where like the buyers start coming back in after after a lengthy downtrend, or a sell-off, or as some people like to say, a dump. So the primary support comes in, and then it drops a little further, and then where it ends and where supply is basically the red candles, demand is the green candles, where the supply ends and demand comes in and it's up from there. That is called the selling climax, and we put a horizontal ray right there. So that's basically where the ocean ends. That's where the waves come up to the shoreline and they say, enough, we're not going down anymore. Boom, and the market makers come in, they have their buy orders, and beneath this area here is an order block, is a bear block or a buy block. And so they do not let the price go any further than that. So this is where they've begun their buying campaign for both. And we see in Bitcoin, as in Terra Luna, a series of higher lows, which forms a micro trend. Here we go. On Terra Luna, the upper one was Bitcoin, obviously. This one's Terra Luna, but we see the similarities already. And so where the selling climax begins, and then we have what's called an automatic rally, where demand will come back in, top out, and then go back down again. That is traditionally where you form your trading range resistance. So we're going to put that there, and we're going to put that here. Well, let's go ahead and check this, and here. Now, I don't put, some people say there's a big debate I know about the wicks. Do we put the support and resistance lines, or do we include the wick, or is it just a candle body, or how do we do it? And there's a whole damn debate about that. I don't get involved. First of all, I use Heikin-Ashi candles more often than not, and I find that I get the best reads on the Heikin-Ashi where demand merges with supply, wherever that may be, on the bottom or on the top. So I disregard the wick. I even disregard the candle bodies. Wherever I see demand and supply merging, that's my point of interest. That's the money point for me. So I did that on both, and here we have the trading range for Terra Luna Classic and the trading range for Bitcoin. And then now what we want to do is we want to find out where the midpoint is on this range, or the 0.5 Fibonacci. And for that, to find that out, we go to the Fibonacci drawing tool, we go to the Fib retracement, and then I start at the TRS, which is trading range support, and then we bring it up to trading range resistance. And we could do the same thing down here, trading range support on retracement, bring it up to trading range resistance. And now what we're going to find is something of great interest. And right here, I want you to look at this. Right here, where the support is, where trading range, you see how the price action came up through trading range resistance on Bitcoin, came back down, retested it, flipped it to support, and continued up on its slow climb up the micro trend line. Notice here where the supply hit the micro trend, we had large demand candles coming in. Large demand, not candles, but volume spikes. Same thing, where every time the price action touches the micro resistance north of the 0.5 Fibonacci, we start seeing demand spikes registering in the volume. This is a good thing, guys. This is a good thing. So this doesn't preclude that it's not going to, at some point, resist, break back down through the micro trend and go down. I'm not saying that. And incidentally, nobody knows what these are going to do, but more often than not, when I see this happen, this indicates to me that the price action is looking to close out the nearest liquidity gap. And so we see it already closed out the liquidity gap between the primary or the preliminary support and where it currently is. This is a liquidity gap, and it closed it out. And the same thing, I'm thinking that this is going to come up to the PS in Terra Classic as well, the price action, and close it out. It's forming almost like a cup and handle here. Cup and handles are bullish patterns. Even though this is on the 15-minute, it's still, we could see typically with the cup and handle, the price action comes back up, it forms a cup, and then there's a retest. It'll come back down, retest the either the neckline, or in this case, the neckline happens to be the trading range resistance. Flip it, come back up to the 618 Fibonacci, and then it closes out the liquidity gap here, the prior liquidity gap that was that started on the sell-off over here on the PS. So basically, it's like water seeking its own level. Cryptos does that. Crypto is full of that. You see these are on the micro. See, this gap got filled, this gap got filled, this gap got filled, this liquidity gap got filled, this liquidity gap got filled. These are all micro gaps, and this is the macro gap. So the macro liquidity void is getting filled. And in fact, it already got filled. At least it wicked up to it. And I think we can anticipate the same thing happening. Look at all this gap got filled, this gap got filled, this liquidity gap got filled, this liquidity gap got filled, and guess what? Chances are this liquidity gap's going to get filled too. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 micro gaps. And it's usually about 6 or 7 micro gaps, and that eventually closes out the macro gap. And then from there, we have to monitor the volume. We can either go back down for a terminal shakeout, or we can continue to mark up as we make traction, and it goes to fill the next macro void on the chart. So anyway, that's what I wanted to show you. We're looking good, guys. I'm holding it. I have about 5 million Wrap Luna. I'm holding it on the exchange. I think if anything happens to where I want to take profit or I want to sell my Wrap Luna, I'm hoping, and I could get in trouble for this, but I'm hoping that Coinbase by then would have lifted their suspension or something. Otherwise, I'm going to be probably forced to either head over to some exchange that I don't want to go on, or venture into the wild, haunted forest of DeFi land, which I've done before. I'd rather I'd rather do business on a centralized exchange, but I have to go to a DEX. Well, then so be it. You know, if I have to take profit, so be it. But I'm hoping that, you know, Coinbase will get their stuff together and see the adoption and the potential and the legitimacy of Wrap Luna Classic, or whatever you call it, Terra Classic, and get their shit together and enable us to continue trading this coin. The good thing is they didn't delist it; they only suspended it. Thank God. That's a good thing. It didn't share the fate of XRP and go down the shitter. So. So before I leave, I just want to show you the holders. The wallet holders have increased by hundreds, 500, 600, 700, per day almost. And the total max supply has decreased considerably. So we're looking good all around on this. And it's clear that people are holding. People have faith in this. The whales are continuing to accumulate. Look at the holders here now. I think there's like 4 main whales holding this Terra Classic. 40%. Okay, we got this guy. I think this is the same guy that just like a few days ago was at 38%. So he is accumulating like a son of a gun. And then this one here also 17.53%, accumulating 9%. This was 5 and this was 1%. So these are the 4 main guys that I'm watching, and they are not dumping, they are accumulating. So going back to the price action, if it's algorithmically pegged to Bitcoin, then that can only be good, because Bitcoin, I mean, the crypto winners last only so long, guys. Like I said, I've been in this since 2017. It's not my first rodeo. Crypto winners can be scary if it's your first time, but I mean, there's life after death. You know, these suckers are gonna come back. They're gonna re-rally, and now is the time to be buying into the retracements. Never going all in. You never go all in. You DCA when your coin goes down. Make sure it's a coin that you believe in, not some shit coin. You know, in the end, we don't know. We don't know what's going to happen with anything. I mean, Solana can go belly up. Avalanche could go belly up. Shiba Inu could go belly up. Tezos, XLM, all of these coins, tokens. We just don't know what's going to happen. Anything at any time can happen. But if it is something that you believe in, no risk, no reward. There's a saying in Russian, if you don't risk, you're not going to drink champagne. And I like champagne. So anyway, the risks are well worth the rewards in these. Just make sure you do it right. Hedge your bets. Don't go all in. Don't invest money that you cannot afford to lose. That's an obvious one. And shit, man, take profits. Take profits. Every time if your coin pumps, at least pull out your initial investment, and then just save the rest. Let the rest just go to zero to hero. So anyway, I've gone on long enough. I've rambled long enough, guys. Thanks for listening, and we'll talk again soon. Be safe, and adios.